Cruise news time. Tragic news coming out of Italy this morning where a shipwreck has resulted in the loss of life. We have the port of Galveston working with cruise lines to impose a tax on cruisers. We also have an announcement from Oceania. They've announced the Godmother of their newest cruise ship. MSC Cruise Line returns to Australia. And, well, a fan favorite is returning to Carnival. We've got specific dates and details, cruise news, and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your Monday, the 27th of February, 2023. And our first story is a somber and a sad one. There has been a shipwreck off of the coast of Italy, resulting in loss of life. This is a wooden vessel that was filled with approximately 200 migrants fleeing Turkey, trying to make it to the coast of Italy. Italian authorities say the wooden craft smashed into rocks off the coast early in the morning. Rescuers at the scene were able to recover 80 people alive. They have recovered 60 bodies from the water. That still leaves several unaccounted for. Unfortunately, all the children that were traveling there were among those that did not survive the crash. Also believed to be on board was a person that organized the trip, being described as someone who promised safe passage for a cost. And so authorities are looking to see if they can identify and question this individual. Of course, we see it a lot here off of the coast of Florida, where we have migrants that are trying to escape the conditions in Cuba. We have a lot of stories of cruise ships rescuing those folks. This is one of those stories where there was no rescue and where the sea claimed the lives of people trying to escape a bad situation. Thoughts and prayers to those who lost their lives and the families affected by this, and prayers for those that survived this thing. Cruise news story number 2. The port of Galveston, Texas is looking to offset some of the money it outlaid to promote cruising tourism there in the city by adding a tariff to cruise passengers. Passengers cruising on Royal Caribbean out of the new terminal there are already being hit with a surcharge that was included in the original deal, and now the port of Galveston is reaching out to other cruise lines, Carnival and Disney Cruise Lines, to see if in their deal they can also add this cruise passenger tariff. This is really like the ultimate story of nickel and diming. They only want, 10 nickels per person or 5 dimes per person. The surcharge is going to be 50 cents per cruise passenger. And then they're also proposing that they charge a $1 surcharge on people using both public and private parking facilities. So it's not, a big number, but it ends up being a big number for the city. The parking alone will be about $2 million per year. There's some consternation there. There's some people there in the public saying, well, if this just goes into a general fund, how will we know that this goes for tourism improvements? So they still have to work out the particulars, at least on the government side, how the money is going to be used. But this is something that they're trying to make sure that cruise lines know on the front end as part of the negotiation, that they will be expecting some sort of tariff, some sort of tax put in the contract to make sure that they're getting their 50 cents or whatever the number is out of every cruise passenger. That's certainly the case for what they negotiated with Royal Caribbean. You'll be interested to see if it gets put in the contract for Carnival and Disney Cruise Line. It is a wild thing, right? Whenever you see a nice juicy pie, everybody wants a slice. And certainly Texas, Port of Galveston should be no different. It's the same down here in Florida. You see that big juicy pie, you want a slice. So as long as it doesn't become too egregious on cruisers, I guess everybody does need to get a taste, need to get their cut. What do you think about getting taxed in Texas? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 3 takes us down under as we have MSC's glorious return to Australia. The MSC Peosia had 1,000 passengers on board in March of 2020 in Sydney, Australia, when her world cruise was cut short because of a little thing that shut down cruising. And well, now MSC Peosia is the first MSC cruise ship back to the land of Oz. She arrived in Sydney Harbor just a couple days ago to kick off her Australia sailings, and it does mark a big return to Australia for MSC. Peosia not the only ship that will be making calls in Australia this year. The MSC Magnifica left Genoa, Italy on a world cruise, will be making a stop in Hobart this year and then returning in 2025. Man, MSC keeps popping up on the radar. I really do need to get on an MSC cruise ship this year. Have you been on an MSC ship lately? Which ship? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave a comment below. Now, I still have a couple cool cruise news stories for you. I got to tell you about which celebrity has been named the godmother of the latest Oceania cruise ship, and really which celebrity is going to perform at the big ceremony. One of my favorite performers. I also have to talk about a big return for Carnival. But before I do that, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in the cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Thank you in advance. All right, Oceania Cruises announces that celebrity chef Giada de Laurentiis will be the godmother of the new Oceania cruise ship, the Oceania Vista. And while that's exciting because I like Giada and I like some of the stories that have gone around about her and Bobby Flay, what makes me more excited is they have also announced who will be performing at the big kickoff ceremony, and it's none other than Harry Connick Jr. Ooh, when you kiss me, you got to know just how much you miss me. Kiss me, and I'll take your lips to paradise. Kiss me, and paradise will never be so nice. Sorry, I'm no Harry Connick Jr. for sure, but man, there's a couple of Harry Connick Jr. albums I really love, and yeah, I would love to be at this kickoff ceremony. Of course, that's going to happen over in the Mediterranean. Look, I'm not the only person that's excited about Harry and Giada. Guess who is also excited? CEO Frank Del Rio. Frank says, we are thrilled that Giada and Harry are joining us to welcome Vista, our first new cruise ship in more than a decade. Harry's laid-back classic style and impressive back catalog will provide the perfect soundtrack to an important evening in our 20-year history. So Frank's going for the deep cuts. Harry, can you perform Kiss Me? Or maybe if Harry doesn't want to do it, I can step in. Call me Frank. I don't have the same cachet as Harry Connick Jr., and I can't play piano, but man, I would give it the old college try. Have you cruised Oceania? IsItTheBomb.com. Leave a comment below. Now, let's talk about some Carnival Cruise Line updates. Two big things. The first thing is for fans of John Heald. He has an annual group cruise called the FFS Group Cruise, and it's for fudge sake. I think the kids use a different word for the second F. It's the FFS Group Cruise with your host, John Heald. He has announced which cruise it will be next year. It will be on the Carnival Horizon on February the 17th, 2023. It's an 8-day cruise going to the Southern Caribbean, out of Miami, going to Bonaire, Aruba, La Romana, Amber Cove, and it's not on sale yet. It goes on sale in August. He said to make sure to reach out to your travel professional or to PVPs there at Carnival to get yourself booked on that when it goes on sale so you can cruise with John. He just completed one of these cruises, had about 700 passengers. This one's interesting, and there's enough time to get on the schedule. I would like to cruise with John Heald. Would you like to cruise with John Heald? Leave a comment below. And now let's talk about the big thing that's finally coming back. So many people have been clamoring about it. It is the Behind the Fun Tour. This has been on hiatus because of the shutdown, and now we have official dates for when this is coming back. It's going to roll out across the whole fleet. The earliest dates are in early March, March the 6th, and then they're going to keep rolling it out until all of the cruise ships come back. It looks like by at least April the 1st, the first week in April, every cruise ship you'll be able to do a Behind the Fun Tour. John also said that he does believe there will be a Behind the Fun Tour on the Jubilee when it comes out. And what do you get to see when you go behind the scenes for the Behind the Fun? You get to go to the main galley, you get to go backstage, you get to go to the crew lounge, the crew gym and laundry, you get to go to the main laundry, the crew mess and the staff mess, you get to go to the Learning Resource Center, the marshalling area, the environmental room, the storeroom, the engine control room, and the bridge. Spaces are limited. This is sold in the excursion space on your cruise planner, so if you want to get booked for going Behind the Fun, take a look at your upcoming cruises and see if that is available for you. Like I said, spaces are limited. They will sell out. I don't know what this thing costs. Has anybody ever done the Behind the Fun Tour? What did it cost you? Did you feel like it was worth the money? Leave a comment below. Thanks so much for checking out the show today. I sure hope you enjoyed it. You can show your support by doing a flying roundhouse drop kick onto the like button. You just throw your phone up and then you do some martial arts and or just click the like button. You could click the like button. And unfortunately, if you do not hit the like button, I will be forced to punish you. And your punishment will be this: on your very next cruise, your cabin will be a part of the Behind the Fun tour. And randomly, people will just come to your cabin and look at all of your stuff. And they'll take photographs and they'll ask you about your vacation experience. And while some may love that, I know most would not. You can avoid all that by hitting the like button. If you'd like to see the Behind the Fun tour, the behind the scenes tour I did on a celebrity cruise ship where we saw the galley and the bridge and the entertainment, check this video out next. This is Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.